Today we'll learn how to disable live links towards the detail view of given records inside the subpanels. So simply put, we have here the subpanels, and these are live links towards the detail view of a given record. So when we click here, we go to the detail view of this specific record. So for one reason or another, you may wish to disable those links and only have them click, for example, on these links here. So that's what I wanted to do. So we'll take a look at how this is actually done. So the very first thing that we'll do is we will take note of the module which we're currently in. And right now this is the module name. So this is the module which hosts these subpanels, different subpanels here. Each subpanel is like a miniaturized list view of the different modules that it represents. So right now we're inside the inventory module, and these are miniaturized list views of, in this example, non-realtors module. So each one of these is like a mini view of a look inside these different modules. So just keep that in mind. All right, so now that we know with this, we want to take a look at the metadata file that defines this subpanel. So where we'll find it is inside the following location. So we're going to go to the layout depths, and then we'll find that specific subpanel. So in this case, I just guessed that it's this one because of the name, so the non-realtors. And when we open it up, we can see that the location is going to be the following, just so you can find it yourself. It's going to be custom extension modules, name of this host module, then extension layout depths, and then the name of the subpanel itself. So this is the metadata file that tells us stuff about the subpanel. So here we can control things like the buttons that show up. So here, for example, I decided that I don't want to have create and select. So I just commented out this part here. So I only have the select button. And then what interests us in this case is the name of the subpanel here, the subpanel name. In your case, most probably it's going to be default. So what you want to do is you want to change it to something unique, and then you want to extend that default subpanel. So what we'll do now is we'll copy this subpanel, the default one, the default file, and then rename it to this one. So we're going to get the, when it says default here, it's going to be a file named default.php. So we will now fetch it from inside this module here. So we're moving away from the module that hosts it into this module here. So in this case, it's going to be in, we're going to go like this. So modules, name of that module that is there. So non-realtor referrals. Keep in mind, we're not in the custom folder. So modules, root, folder, modules, name of the module, metadata, subpanels, default. So this file that is here gives us more information. It's like another metadata file that defines how this how the subpanel behaves. So what we do is we copy that file from here. We do copy. Then we go into the custom folder. Like that, the changes upgrade safe. It's not going to overwrite our changes when you update your SuiteCRM. We go here, then we go to non-realtors, metadata, subpanel, and then you would copy it here, like this. And then you would rename it to the panel that you want to use. So in my case, it's non-realtors. I already copied it, so that's why it's there, but normally the non-real like that custom name would not be there. So now we have here, this file is now going to be controlled. I mean, this subpanel behavior is now going to be controlled by this file. So basically this was just a copy of the default.php. So here the stuff that you change is going to take effect, is going to affect the way that your subpanel behaves. I'm repeating myself, but just so it's crystal clear. The different sections that are represented here are the different sections of your subpanel. in this case, when I looked at the widget class for the name column, so this name column here is controlled by this widget class. Initially, this was the name that was there. So now we want to do something similar to what we did before. We want to take this default file and then we want to copy paste it into the custom folder and then extend that file, make changes to it. So we will fetch this file from the following location. So we go to include generic sugar widgets, and then we look for the following. It's going to be sugar widget and then the rest of the stuff here. So that's going to be the name. So let's go here. So sugar widget, subpanel, sugar widget, subpanel, subpanel, detail view link, right? So subpanel, detail view link, where is that stuff? Detail view link. So we're going to copy it, and once again we're moving it into the custom folder. So custom, same location, but just prefixed by custom. So custom, include generic sugar widgets, and then we're going to paste our file like this, and then we're going to rename it to our custom widget that we want to use. So the non-realtor here, as you can see, the one that I want to use now, the name is going to be not this, but we're going to append non-realtor to it. So that means that we need to have a file like this in our custom folder. And for your convenience, it was already created. So it's this file here. And essentially what this is basically a class that controls what shows up here. The only change that I did is I just commented out this section here. So that's how it was before. Which creates like a link. And then, so it's just a standard href tag with the anchor text. I just did it like this. So I just commented this out and made it return the value only without the link. So now if we go to repair and rebuild and then refresh, this is going to be without a link. So let's try to quickly recap. This is, I know this is a lot, but just bear with me. The first thing that we did is we looked at the metadata file that controls the behavior of this host module, which was found here. So this is inside the host module. Once again, UN inventory matches UN inventory here. And then we told the metadata file that, hey, for the subpanel name, don't use default.php, use non-realtor.php. So what we did is we copied the default.php subpanel from the this module here. We extended it, basically we copy pasted it, and then we came here. And then we said that for this specific section here, so for this column, I want you to use this new widget. So instead of this, use this. And we extended the default widget that is here. We created a copy that has been modified. And one very important thing to mention is that when you do extend it, don't forget to change the name of the class. So the sugar widget subpanel edit view link, this is how it was before. You want to make sure that the class is also changed, otherwise it's not going to work. And then we performed our change here, which resulted in the behavior that we were looking for. So links have been removed. So maybe watch this video a couple of times, practice it just a little bit, and it will start making sense. Hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, please do leave a like and subscribe, as more of these videos will be made in the future. Thank you so much.